right, guys, welcome to episode number 13 of the Browns Place podcast. I'm Jeremy. Ryan's back up from LA, so he's in studio today. So here we go. We'll get into this. Not a ton of stuff to talk about, but we do have some rants that I want to talk about. So we'll try to keep this pretty quick. Football news, not much on the NFL side, right? I mean,
No.
After last time we talked,
No.
there was a big moves, but nothing really since then. So
Pretty dead.
I think just kind of waiting for the draft.
Yeah.
So
Draft season.
still, I don't know who's going one, but I mean, everyone says Caleb, but we'll see.
You traded Justin.
Yeah, Steelers. So I guess he's gonna back up Wilson.
Yeah, I guess
So,
so.
But what they do with Pickett and Trubisky? Did they get rid of all those
Pickett's
guys?
traded, and I don't know about Trubisky. But Pickett got traded to, I don't remember, Arizona? Something like that. So
I did see like Arizona. They were trying to trade Kyler.
yeah, they've been talking about that for like a couple of years now.
So I don't know.
See what that
Minnesota, because I
Trade him
mean,
to Minnesota?
yeah, because Cousins left. So I mean, what do they got up there, right?
Yeah. They don't have the bald guy.
Yeah.
Either.
Dobbs.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
He went to the Niners.
So yeah, not much football news. Just kind of waiting for the draft and see what happens then. And I'm sure the draft is probably going to be some more trades and moves and stuff like that on that.
It's always
day.
pretty hectic.
Yeah. So NBA, what do we got NBA wise? I mean, we're coming down.
There are 8 games left.
So about 2 weeks left, probably pretty much.
Yeah,
so
up. There's a big race still in the West.
So everyone's trying to get those last couple spots.
Yep. Try to get out of the plan, really.
Yeah, because you don't want to be in the play-in game because it's just a do or die type of issue. So
the Rockets are red hot. They're trying to get into the plane. And they're close. 1-11 straight now.
Oh,
I think so.
But Dylan Brooks, don't get me started on Brooks, because then you're going to get me started on Draymond, and then you're going to get me started on Grant Williams. Those are just, I don't know. Play basketball. Stop with all the other antic shit.
I agree.
Basketball. Anyway. Yeah, Draymond, I mean, 4 minutes into the game. Yeah. I mean, that just tells me that you did not want to play that game.
Yeah, but I don't agree. I agree with you. But I felt like it was a quick trigger by the ref.
No, dude, he was talking for a while.
Yeah, but you gotta, at the first part he was talking, he was asking, why'd I get a tag?
Yeah, but let it go after the first one. Don't just keep going on and on and on, you know. So
I think both are at fault, but yeah. I agree.
Well, I think he's going to get. I mean, they're not going to be patient with him in general.
Well, no, they aren't. But
he's got his reputation. Exactly, it's on him.
Like, hey, maybe I don't do this in the middle of a huge race.
After you get your first one, it's like, okay, take your first technical and walk away.
If you're blowing the team out, you get thrown out. That's one thing.
But not 4 minutes
just
in.
Started.
I mean, to me, that just tells me you didn't want to play that game.
Yeah.
You should have just told Kerr and said, hey, I know we're short-handed, but I don't feel like playing. You know. But, anyways, that's my rant on Draymond. Any other basketball news?
No, not really.
Okay, golf. We got some golf news. You got
Scotty Chef, man.
Scheffler's just hot as hell right now. So, I mean.
Best in the world.
I mean, just not even close, really, right?
No, I don't think there's anybody on his level right now.
He's just, once he learned how to putt, freaking lights out.
Everybody was saying that too.
Yeah,
because he's always been.
Yeah, I mean, he was pretty good.
Best ball striker.
Yeah, he was pretty good without putting.
He's been damn good.
And then once he learned how to putt, it's like,
he's starting to knock it down, and it's just.
I mean,
he's taking over. Back-to-back players.
Just, I mean, favored for the Masters, heavily favored to win the Masters.
Yeah.
Masters not next weekend, the weekend after, right? So in 2 weeks. I don't think it's next weekend, is it? 6th and 7th? I think it's the 13th, 14th.
It's one of these next 2 weeks. But yeah.
So Masters coming up. Tiger's there practicing.
Yeah.
Enjoy Thursday, Friday because you're not making the cut.
I wouldn't say that, but
I would.
I doubt it.
I would bet you lunch that he doesn't make the cut.
No, I don't. I'm not going to make the bet. I don't think he's going to make the cut either. But okay. I wouldn't be surprised if he did either.
I would be shocked if he made the cut.
No, I wouldn't at all.
Not playing any tournaments, just going there and practicing. You haven't played any tournaments whatsoever.
Yeah, but
the last one you did, you were ill and had to bow out. and you were already not going to make the cut anyway, probably. So.
Well, he was gonna make that cut. He's only.
And then that one was
right
what?
there.
That one was January, February. So I mean,
Genesis,
yeah.
February.
So 2 months of not playing, just practicing. It's not the same as tournament golf.
Especially not the Masters.
Yeah. So
Masters is a big deal.
I don't think, no matter how many, say if it's 2 weeks of practice rounds, I still don't think that's not tournament golf.
No. Still different.
So yeah, I mean, Scheffler's just lighting the world on fire right now. It's just it's his golf world, and we're just all living in it.
We're just looking forward to when he won't win.
So who's
he gonna lose?
So who wins if he doesn't win? Does it like a Wyndham Clark win
at the Masters?
Yeah, I mean, who do you if it wasn't Scotty, who do you think would win? Would Rahm?
Winnie Clark is up there. Rombo could definitely. I mean, Rahm could win anything at any time. Yeah, he's so good. I would say. I mean, Brooks is always up there. He'll be there. He's gonna.
I mean, Phil finished second last year, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't think Phil will do that again this year, though. I don't know how he's playing up in Live right now.
And plus, they just did a caddy switch. His
brother's retired or whatever. Yeah. So no, if it's not Scotty, then it's going to be.
Do you think it's one of the Live guys over like Wyndham?
No, I think it would be like Wyndham. X is still playing really well.
Yeah, but is X and like Justin Thomas and Max, are they at that Masters level yet though? I mean, are they?
Justin Thomas is.
Are they right there, like right behind Scotty? I don't think so. I think it's like Scotty, and then there's a huge drop off.
Well, yeah, there's nobody on Scotty's level really. Wyndham is probably the closest right now, but he's still not even close.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, nobody's compared to Scotty. But if Scotty has a bad week or something, then
I think Rahm is. I would think.
Probably Rahm
Brooks was right there, but then I think there's a massive drop off after that.
I don't think there's a massive drop.
No,
because Rory could still go do it.
Well, Rory's. I mean, he needs that one, right?
Yeah, he needs it. No, I don't think it's a huge drop off. I think there's the drop off from Scotty to the rest of the field is big, but after that, I think the rest of the field can be grouped together pretty well.
So speaking of golf, real quick, the signature tournament, the events that they have to play. Rory was talking about maybe they should condense those players, and maybe it should be the top where they don't have a cut, and it should just be say the top 30 or whatever. Top 32 or whatever it is.
Gotcha, yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think that'd be cool. I think it'd be fun.
But isn't it also good that you see sometimes like the Charlie Hoffman's kind of in contention on a weekend?
Yeah, no, that's cool, but that's not like. That'll still be there though.
Not if it's the top 30 players.
No, but those tournaments will still be on the
schedule.
Yeah, it's not going to be. This is just for those high up tournaments.
Just those, the
big ones.
signature ones.
Yeah. So and those signature ones usually won by those best guys anyway. Yeah. So no, I think it'd be fun.
I mean, other than Masters. I mean, because next time we record, it'll probably be after the Masters, right?
Yeah, it'll be after or right before or during. Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, it's got. I would
Scotty's world.
Scotty's, it's got to be his right now. So, I would say him or Rahm Brooks would be my top three.
I'm thanking Scotty for every tournament from here on out. I don't think he's
just
gonna lose.
Him the MVP or the Player of the Year.
Yeah, the guy may not lose. He's gonna win all the majors probably. Who knows?
How many tournaments can you win in a year? You think?
Well, the most ever is
in one season.
Well, I think the most ever goes back to like the old stuff before they were playing real golf,
But like when Tiger when he was doing his run,
I think BJ did it when he won
9 tournaments in a season, and they're playing probably 20-ish tournaments right now, 23
or something,
22, 23. Dude, so 9 tournaments.
9 wins is crazy.
Dude, 9 wins in a season? Because there's people that don't have 9 wins in a career.
Yeah, because I think Tiger did 9 and then BJ did 8.
That's just asinine. Yeah, so, golf is good right now, so haven't heard anything about the whole Live and merger thing. And, last time I saw, Tiger was talking to the PIF guy,
Oh,
and they
yeah,
went to like Bahamas or whatever.
Yeah.
Had that meeting there, and they said it was productive. But yeah. Other than that, I think his TGL league starts up.
Oh, him and Rory's
that thing starts up
later
this year.
I think.
Yeah, so
Summer this year.
but we'll talk more about that. Ladies, Nelly just won again.
Yeah, Nelly.
So,
two starts, 2 wins.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Not bad at all. So, no, good for her. I like to see that.
They've been close ones too.
Yeah,
That was a playoff win. So
playoff. Yeah, so
good win.
I think that's it for golf. Baseball, finally season kicked off.
Yep.
There's some signings that came in late. Snell.
Yeah, Snell.
Montgomery.
Guy.
Yep.
Monty.
So all those guys that we talked about looking for the big money long terms, just pretty much a 1 year, 2 year deal type of deal. So opt outs. So yeah, you're guaranteed 1 year at least. So, but I think the 1 year for the team is pretty good because you got Snell at like 1 year for 31, right, or 32. Yeah. Montgomery was 1 year for what was his?
I think it's like 27.
27. Yeah. So, JD Martinez, I think he signed with the Mets for 1 year.
12?
Yeah, it was lower than
14. It was lower than what
Giants
we offered him. Yeah.
So, but I just think after the whole Shohei, even like the Belly contract, the monies and years weren't there. So I don't know if that's a misread on Boris's part or if that's just the trend. But we kind of talked about it the other day. You got some big people coming out at the end of this season into next year. You got Soto, and then you got all these guys that are on the 1 year right now. Yeah, Pete. Yeah. So,
and Burns.
Oh yeah,
Corp. Yeah.
And he looks pretty good.
Yeah, he looks okay. He'll be all right.
Yeah. So
he's gonna get paid.
I wanted him. That was the one guy that I really wanted was Corbin Burns.
Yeah, me too.
Who would have traded for him, but
he's lightning. Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe we can get him on. And you just can't have enough pitching.
No.
You got to have at least 6 to 7 starters.
Yeah.
Our first game, our first starter, out.
Yeah.
For a month.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Steal.
So, and we're already down Jamison Tyon because of his back. So now we're out 2 starters right now. So you can never have enough pitching.
No.
Especially starting pitching.
And all great teams that go on to win, usually pitching comes through.
Yeah.
It's a big deal there.
Because like the Yankees, they're not going to have Cole for a couple months. You think they're going to go backwards or?
I think they're kind of in that stage of let the offense carry, kind of hold on. They have that newer kid, Luis Gale, he'll be pitching. Nestor's still there.
Just kind of. Well, that's why I say you need that.
Winning.
You need that 6th and 7th starter.
Yeah.
To kind of just fill in.
Exactly.
To at least get you 5 innings, maybe 3-4 runs, and then hopefully
on your offense.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to get a lights out guy that's going to throw 7 inning shutout every time.
No.
But yeah, if you can get 5 out of someone and gives up 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I think they'll be okay with that.
I mean, stuff Stroman, he'll be okay to just hang on until Cole comes back and he'll
push him through, do his thing.
Yeah.
So, right now we're not looking so great. So
no.
0-160 or we might go 0-162. So we'll see how that goes. So, welcome Craig Counsell to Cubs baseball.
Yeah.
Blown save.
Bullpen issues so far.
Bullpen issues.
Starting pitcher, huge issue right now.
Lack of hitting. It's just bad.
Yeah, it's just a slow start.
It's just bad right now.
So facing the Rangers.
Yeah, but last time we took 2 out of 3 from the Rangers last year.
Okay, yeah, but they're coming off of a high of winning a championship. And you guys are hobbled. So are the Rangers, though.
But you gotta, you don't want to be 0 and you're going to lose a series, okay? And then you might be 0-1-2 or 0-3 going into the next series.
Yeah, starting the series, you don't want to.
You got to at least get 1 win out of that.
Starting the season, you don't want to be going in there with the goose egg for that long.
Well, and then that's the thing. You go to the next series. Who do we have for the next? I think it might be Milwaukee. I think they're just about to sweep
Is that at home?
New York.
In Chicago?
I think it is.
At home with me?
So, yeah, I mean, you could go 0-7 and things could spiral quick.
Yeah.
You know, I just think that, you know, the quicker you can, or the better you can get to a quick start or a better start, the better you are instead of.
Yeah, you just want to get that first one out the way.
Yeah.
Just like the first hit or something like that. Get it out of the way so you don't think about it.
So,
You know,
what other sports we got?
March Madness.
March Madness. Oh, I forgot. March Madness. We're down to like the Elite Eight. Almost, it's going to be Final Four. Well, by the time we're done, I mean tomorrow will be Final Four, at least, right? Because we're in the Elite Eight now for men's and women, right?
Yeah. And then
two teams will play. Two teams will play today for the Final Four to get into the Final Four, right?
Is that starting? I thought that starts on Monday.
No, because like South Carolina won today, so they'll be in the Final Four.
Oh, did they? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So and then tomorrow Iowa, LSU matchup.
Yeah, LSU.
How many people are you thinking are watching that game?
It's gonna be a big game.
12 million people. I think that's what they said last year was.
Is that what it was?
For the championship game was 12 million people.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if it's something.
I would think it's going to be more than that this year, just because there's more people watching. But
yeah.
So you're an Angel Reese fan?
Yeah, I like all of them.
I don't mind Angel Reese as a basketball player. The other antic stuff, I wish you would, because even
I think she's a competitor though.
I get the whole competitiveness and the fire and all that, and I'm okay with that. But then when you're shaking hands and after the game and you're still talking, and then the coaches are trying to get you to back off,
yeah,
I think there's a line that you cross.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to be the villain, don't come across as the villain.
Yeah,
but if you want to be the villain, then do what you're doing, and people are going to label you as the villain. So
I'm never going to care about the on-court antics too much.
Yeah,
as long as she still balls.
Do you get to a point where the on-court antics take over and become a Draymond Green type of deal, or a Dylan Brooks type of deal?
Well, that's where you don't do that. That you don't like. But right now, if you're just being competitive, you're talking shit, I'm not going to complain about that.
And again, I don't mind and this has nothing to do about race. We don't do any race on this channel. So this has nothing to do with if she's black and Caitlin's white, or who's black and who's green, or whatever. It's just about, which team's playing and which team's playing better, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I think everyone talks smack, right?
Yeah.
So
probably more times than not. If you look at the NBA, guys are talking shit all the time. They have been. Yeah,
when Patrick Beverley's saying that you're too small to guard him, I mean,
You can go back to
But he can't back it up either, though. Right?
No. But you go to Kevin Garnett and Kobe and Mike and all those guys, they would always talk too.
So, what about Caitlin in the Big Three? The Ice Cube.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a lot of money.
$5 million.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. People will end up probably watching it too.
Oh, I guarantee.
Because I don't know how many people really watch it now. I don't know what their ratings are.
I mean, I've never watched.
I've watched it at the beginning when it first came on. There's some names on there, but
yeah, I've never watched one thing on it. But I mean, so what makes Caitlin Clark? What is making her the megastar and the spokeswoman for women's basketball and everything right now? Why is everything blowing up because of Caitlin Clark right now?
I think her game.
You think so?
Yeah, I think her game is so elite.
Okay, so what about all the other prior stars?
I don't know if there's many stars that we've seen that are playing at the level and doing the kind of things that Caitlin Clark's doing.
Is it because she's a shooter and everything's kind of like, even in the NBA, it's all kind of geared towards shooting and the Steph and, all the long range? Is it that?
Yeah, definitely.
Because you look at Brianna Stewart, UConn. In her 4 years there, They went 151-5.
Yeah, it's the craziest thing you ever hear.
151-5.
Yeah, but they got a ton of recognition too when they went, though.
Yeah, but when Brianna came out, it wasn't like, the stadiums weren't packed. It wasn't.
No.
It's not like this whole, like it is right now.
Yeah,
and it's just not Caitlin Clark. I mean, you got, LSU and you got, South Carolina. I mean, they're filling out stadiums too.
Yeah.
Probably USC and UCLA and, all these big teams right now, and probably Stanford, are filling out stadiums. But I guess what is Caitlin Clark different than Brianna Stewart?
I think just her game.
I mean, Brianna Stewart's got 4 national championships.
Yeah, back to back.
3 of them.
Back to back.
3 Player of the Years.
Yeah.
3 MVPs for the national championships. It's like, if you were to put those 2 together, how does that rate? I mean, you got Brianna Stewart, 4 national titles.
Yeah, Brianna Stewart.
151-5.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark, their record's pretty good too, but it's not as, it's not 151-5, and they don't have 4 titles.
No, they don't have any.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is what is making Caitlin Clark the rock star that Brianna wasn't, or
because she's
like Sue Bird or the Diana Taurasi's and all these other players that come out, or Sabrina, all these stars that have come out before. Because kind of Sabrina's kind of the same game, right? Or Kelsey Plum.
Similar games. Yeah.
There's, the long range shooters, right?
Yeah.
So why is, and trust me, I'm a Caitlin Clark fan, so I'm not bagging on her. I'm just asking what has changed now versus a couple of years ago.
I think she just has a more appealing game. And she's also, I mean, she's dropping crazy points. She broke the points record. I think that's all part of it. And plus, it's not just the shooting, too. I mean, she's a great rebounder, passer.
Leading in assists.
Yeah, I mean, all these kind of things. On top of being...
Yeah, but it wasn't like Brianna Stewart was just a
they finished
10-10 person. I mean,
no,
she was,
of course not,
20 points, 15 rebounds type of, person.
That was just during a time where UConn was dominating everyone, though. I think that it's also more competitive now.
I do think that the competitive, it's a lot more tighter. There's more.
During that stretch, it was UConn and South Carolina.
Yeah.
And those were the 2 teams that everyone expected to be in the championship, and then UConn would blow them out, and then that would be that.
Yeah.
Now it's, South Carolina is huge. Iowa, LSU, all those teams that we named, it's way more competitive than it was back then. So I think that's also part too.
So what do you think? What about the WNBA players with all the hype with Caitlin Clark?
I don't know.
Because there's some mixed reviews on it.
Yeah, they'll probably be excited, but also probably not so excited.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's some envy, I guess.
But it's like,
in the league,
that happens in the NBA too. It's like, there was a Christian Laettner coming in. Everybody was going in to try to put him down.
Yeah.
When LeBron was coming in, even just from high school, the league was wanting to prove him to be not what he ended up becoming, or what everyone was talking about.
I don't know. I can't, because, I mean, they're all doing commercials. They all have deals now. I mean, is it the NIL difference now?
That helps too, yeah.
You think that's, that's probably more?
About it, yeah.
I mean, because that's just recent, so that's within the last, couple of years, right? Yeah. So, because I was thinking about it the other day, I was like, Jesus, Brianna Stewart's got all these accolades. She's got the 4 championships, and everyone says that, Caitlin Clark isn't that great because she doesn't have the championship, But what does that make Brianna Stewart when she's got 4 of them?
I think people consider Brianna Stewart like one of the greatest college, women's college basketball players of all time. So, I don't think...
And then she's backed it up in the WNBA.
Yeah,
she's won 2 MVPs. She's won, a couple championships.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not like she was one of those great college players, but then not good professional players.
No, yeah, she's balling out.
So, so yeah, I don't know what it is. I mean, it's good, good for the game and good for Caitlin Clark. I mean, but going back to the big 3, I do like it. I wish that maybe he picked some more women in it. instead of just Caitlin Clark. Because, I mean, there's some other seniors that he can pick in there. And you know my beef about the WNBA players not being paid, and then they have to go and, play in Europe or play, somewhere else and get a different job when they have a job.
Yeah.
So, no, I good for Ice Cube and the Big Three,
Did she accept? Is she doing it?
Well, she hasn't said anything about it.
Yeah,
because she says she's not even thinking about it. She's focused on,
Be hard to turn down $5 million though.
Because you're not making that in the WNBA.
No.
So, so big game, LSU, Iowa. That'll be Monday night. So that'll be a big. That's the big
game.
one.
That's the game that we all want to see.
That's the one everyone wanted to see in the championship, but because of the pool, it just didn't work out that way.
Yeah.
So,
in South Carolina, UConn?
USC versus UConn.
Oh, USC.
So USC versus UConn. So South Carolina won today, so they're in. And then you had NC State versus Texas. And NC State's winning right now, so they could be in. And then you got the other teams tomorrow. So we'll have to see.
UC UConn would be a good game too. Juju and Page.
Oh yeah, Juju and Page.
Cool.
I mean, just with Page sticking around another year. You got Juju, a freshman, and she's averaged more points than Caitlin for her freshman year.
Yeah, Juju. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, she's a monster. Yeah. And then you got Hidalgo out of Notre Dame. She's another scorer. So I mean, women's basketball right now is in pretty good hands of some pretty good talent. So
doing pretty good. I'd say.
Again, we kind of talked about this last time. I probably can't name 5 men.
No, and I'm watching this tournament. I don't know any of these guys.
Other than Edie and and Brawny, I guess. But I mean, that's not really
Other than that, though, I got nothing for it.
But yeah, that's crazy. So, but good for the women. Good for I mean, they're selling packed out crowds just everywhere. So, good for them. So, I'd like to see it. What else we got for sports?
I think that's it.
All right. So we kind of talked about this last time. Our new segment of "Gotta Be Better." There's a few I want to put in there. I got some sports ones, and then got a couple entertainment ones too. So we'll kind of mix and match a little. Gotta be better. Draymond Green.
Yeah, 4 minutes ejection is
4 minutes into a game and you get ejected.
We're in crucial time too.
I mean, we just kind of talked about this off camera. It's like, that just tells me that you didn't want to play that game. And if you didn't want to play the game, just tell the coach and say, hey, I don't feel well, and don't play the game.
Yeah.
But, to go in 4 minutes and just do that to your team when they're relying on you. When is that stuff going to stop?
Yeah. I don't know.
Does it ever, or is he just...
I mean, he was fine after he got ejected, but then, last week he punched a guy pretty much and didn't get any called, got away with it.
Knocked down the coach, but it was accidental, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That was nothing.
Yeah.
That's the other thing, too, though, is, people need to stop fishing for stuff. Also,
but you've got
he brings it on himself, but also
you have the reputation now for it, though.
Yeah, but I hate the fishing for things. There's certain things that are clearly unintentional or accidental, whatever it is. Don't make it a bigger thing. Don't.
No, I agree. I mean, if you're allowing those guys to the refs allow the players to talk a lot.
Yeah.
Which I think is bad.
I don't, because referees don't get held accountable enough.
But you can't argue balls and strikes for 10 minutes.
No, you can't.
So I mean, you
don't get held accountable.
You get to say your piece and say, "Hey, that was outside," but that's about it. I mean, you can't argue. You can't stand there and argue with the guy and keep talking.
Yeah, but I just see too many referees and umpires and officials, whatever it is, making too many or missing too many crucial moments in games and affecting the game rather than the actual game affecting the game. So,
right.
And there's no consequence for them. They release a report afterward and say, "Oh yeah, we messed up," but that's it. That's all we get. Versus player does that, you get cut. Or, you get traded, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So, now there's a difference because players make millions of dollars and referees don't, but I'm not saying referees should just be getting fired all the time if they mess up a call, but should be some kind of accountability there.
No, I agree.
I don't mind if a player's on a referee.
Another, you got to be better. Cheryl Swoops.
What did she say?
Her comments, she was on Gilbert Arenas' podcast.
Oh, I know. She said she was saying that Caitlin Clark was not going to do what she does.
That it doesn't equal to Kelsey Plum's because, one, she's 25 years old, which was false because she's only 22. Two, that because of the COVID year, she's played an extra year. False.
Yeah.
She's only played her 4 years.
Yeah.
All
of this information that she's spitting out was all wrong.
And there was 3 people there that in that show. One has a computer, and no one's stopping her from saying, and no one's correcting her.
It was Gil, and I think Rashad was on that one too.
And it's like, what are you guys doing? You guys are just allowing her to say the stuff and not hold accountable?
This kind of shows that they didn't really know. That they didn't have the knowledge.
So then someone else brought her. I saw someone else brought her on to somewhat clean it up. She didn't clean it up.
No.
She said, her quote was, "I can't be racist because I'm black."
What does it have to do with her just getting information wrong, though?
Well, that was the whole thing. Is no one was saying that there was a race thing. You're saying that because you're a black woman. But you hating on Caitlin Clark? You got to be better than that. She was a great college player, great WNBA player. She was like the Michael Jordan of the WNBA. Yeah. But whoever's feeding her information, wrong.
Not doing a very good job of it.
Wrong. And then who's ever letting her go on to these shows and doing these casts and all that, and letting her provide or speak that information, that's wrong too, because you're just spilling lies.
Yeah, no, I saw the thing on Gilbert's podcast and all the nonsense she was spewing.
Nothing was right.
Yeah, it was all incorrect.
And she's actually played less games than Kelsey Plum.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she was saying, she's beating up on these 18, 20-year-old kids, and she's 25.
She's shooting more shots than everyone
else.
Yeah,
her attempted shots are 40 shots a game.
Yeah, she's 40 shots.
She's only averaging...
Shot 22.
Yeah, she's averaging 20. It's like 19.8.
Yeah.
So all these just numbers that she was just spewing out of her mouth, just wrong.
All incorrect. It was pretty crazy.
Wrong. So she's got to be better. San Francisco Giants organization. There's a couple ones.
Well, for getting rid of Rennell.
Getting rid of Rennell.
Yeah.
You can't. She's been there 20-something years as the announcer, and you can't figure out a contract for her. Yeah. And then I think she's been with the organization longer than that.
Yeah, she's been there for a while.
Yeah. And then, so there's one, and then Pablo Sandoval.
What about it?
What was that? Was he going to make the team? Was he on the verge of making the team?
Well, no, he didn't make the team.
No, he didn't make the team, but they kept him on just so he could go to San Francisco and play his last game there in spring training. But, I mean, why not cut him earlier?
But what do you mean, why? Because then you wouldn't have gotten to play. Cool.
Who cares?
Also, if he's still trying out for the team, then he's trying out for the team.
But was he going to make the team? That's what I'm saying is, should they have cut him earlier so he could go and get on a team somewhere else? Or was that a publicity stunt to get him to play his last game at Oracle and then finally go?
Yeah, you probably want to give him a farewell. He never got one.
Yeah, but this is his second stint of coming back, right?
Yeah. But
I mean, as a player, if you want to play, if you know that I'm not going to make your team, I'd rather you just cut me so I can go find another team.
Yeah, but he was probably talking to them.
I don't want to be your bobblehead person.
Yeah.
And your prop person.
Remember, he was the one that was calling the Giants about coming back.
I just think it looked too much as like publicity type of deal instead of an act.
I had no problem with
an act. If he was going to make the team and if he was on, close, then okay, then that's fine. But why carry him that long just so he can get it at bat?
Yeah, I didn't have any problem with it. It didn't bother me.
But yeah, the whole Rennell thing.
Yeah, Rennell sucks. Losing Rennell sucks for sure.
So I think the organization screwed up on that a tad.
Yeah, on the Rennell thing. Yeah, I'm surprised. We were all surprised by that. Yeah.
So, there was a couple other sports ones that I had, but I just lost it. Shoot. Okay, we'll go to entertainment. You got to be better. P. Diddy.
I don't think we should go down that route.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no.
You got to be better.
Absolutely.
And I'm not gonna. Yeah, we don't want to talk about accusations or anything like that. I'm just saying.
No, yeah, absolutely.
You got to be better.
Absolutely.
Okay. And I think we both agree, and we'll just kind of.
The world agrees.
We'll leave that alone.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, not only. All right. But then to jump the country.
Yeah. No.
And your kids are at the house getting raided.
Yeah, he's like.
He's
one of the worst human beings.
Probably. Yeah, it's one thing for your allegations, which you got to be better because you can't be doing that stuff.
Yeah.
But then, as a father and as a man, you just take your jet and go somewhere else and let your kids deal with it.
Yeah.
That's just, yeah. P. Diddy's got to be better.
Absolutely, yeah. Without a doubt, I think everybody will agree on that.
We'll leave it at that before I say something that might get us more controversial.
No, there's no debate about that.
Kate Middleton. We kind of talked about her Photoshop gate last time about being better. But now that it came out that... Cancer, right? As the Princess of Wales and as that family, I think maybe it's not so much Kate, maybe it's the family. I think you should have been out front with that. Even though it is a personal medical thing and you probably wanted to keep it private, it was going to come out at some point, right?
Yeah, but that's...
I just think not telling people, and especially the king going through cancer right now, I just think that if you were up front and out in front of it, probably would have been a little better than not knowing, and because that's where people get in trouble, because no one knows, and then they start just firing off some random shit and spewing lies or whatever because no one knows.
Yeah.
So.
But I don't know that she necessarily needs to be better though. It's nobody's business, really.
I wouldn't say her. I just think maybe
or the family, whatever.
The family or the spokespeople or her public relations people, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe they got to be a little better on it.
I don't know. It's my cancer. I don't want. Not everybody needs to know about it.
Yeah, but me and you having cancer is different from
no. I'm
cancer.
Like saying if I was in that situation, obviously.
That would be like the president having cancer, no one saying anything about it.
Yeah, no, it's huge.
I think that's just one of those things that, it's got to be out there and you got to be in front of it. Because I think she would have gotten way more sympathy and way more, a lot better reaction if it was just, hey, she was just diagnosed with this, please, respect our privacy and blah, 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 instead of no one knowing and then all of a sudden this comes out.
I didn't really
so
so
that was my beef. The other one was sports wise was Kim Mulkey at LSU.
What about her?
The whole, and we kind of talked about this way before, but like the whole secrecy about like when the Angel Reese was out for 4 games.
Right.
No one knew. Was it personal? Was it, reprimand? Was it eligibility? What was it? And still no one knows.
Yeah.
So, and then I guess there's this, New York Times article or Washington Post article about how she is with her players and, her family and all this other stuff.
Right.
I don't know. I just think that she needs to be a little more, again, a little more upfront.
No, I don't really. Like, until we find out whether that post is accurate or not, which everything she's saying is saying it's the exact opposite. So I wouldn't put her at fault yet for that. And then for what she does with her players and how she goes about, whether they're starting, benching, cutting, whatever she's doing, that's between her and the player and the team. If she doesn't want to disclose the reason, I think that's fine with me.
You okay with not knowing?
Well, of course I want to know, but if coach says it's between me and the player, between you and the player, I respect that more than the coach going out saying they screwed up, they're this, blah, blah, blah. I'm sick of it.
I'd rather have that. I'd much rather have that.
I don't agree with public scrutiny of your...
Because I think that it's more accountability on both sides.
Yeah, but you can do that with your player by doing exactly how she did it, rather than having the media trying to put accountability on your player.
Yeah, but don't you think it's kind of like the case where no one knows, and so then you just feel off all these theories and
but people are gonna
lies and everything else. Yeah. But I mean, if you knew up front, it's not like someone can make a fake story about it, right? And so if it was grades, or if it was social media, or if it was whatever it was, people can't say, "Oh, it was this and not that." But if it's out there, at least you know what it was. I guess that's my view.
But I don't know. I don't mind a coach pulling a player aside saying, "This is what's happening because of this," and then when the media is out there asking a million questions, she says it's between me and the player. That's fine.
Okay. I remember what my other sports one was. Shohei.
Yeah. Well, we shouldn't say because who knows?
But there is an investigation.
There is an investigation.
So one right there, Shohei, you got to be better. Dodgers, I think, had to have.
Oh yeah.
You got to be better. Baseball, it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of this, because
I don't think anything will come out of it. But
if he bet on baseball.
Oh no! If he did, but I don't think
if he bet on baseball,
I don't think they're going to find that he did.
That puts him in the Pete Rose thing.
Oh right? Yeah, if you gotta.
If he didn't bet on baseball, where are you at on that?
Well, if you bet on another sport.
Yeah, whether sports, horse racing, boxing, or whatever.
Quite frankly, I don't care if he bets on baseball, as long as it's not.
Skewing you can't do it.
But I don't think he should be doing it.
Yeah.
But no, if you're betting on other sports, that's your business.
No, I'm fine with that.
Just going to a casino and playing blackjack or something.
I mean, everyone does March Madness brackets. I mean, that's pretty much gambling, right?
Yeah, essentially.
So
I have no problem if you bet on.
But I mean, there's coaches that got in trouble for doing brackets. So years back, but
understand that. But.
But Shohei and the whole interpreter and the millions of dollars. First is oh, I didn't know about it. Oh, it was his gambling debt. Oh, he was stealing from me.
Yeah.
So what is it?
I don't know.
What stance? What again, open book. Where are you at?
No, and that, you gotta disclose what it is.
But what happens if, and again, if no one knows, if he bet on baseball?
Oh, he's gone.
What happens to the golden child right now?
Yeah, he has to be gone. And it would be
questions.
It'd be the biggest scandal ever. If he's not gone, then you better bring Pete back.
I don't think you could even do that. I think it's got to be, you held Pete to this for this many years, you better do the same thing for him. I don't think you can say, okay, hey, Shohei, it's because you're bringing in ratings, you're good for baseball right now, we're going to give you a pass, and then, hey, Pete, welcome, open arms. How many years has Pete had to deal with this and not getting into the Hall of Fame, losing money, all this other stuff, trying to get his, rep back, all this stuff, I don't think that's just a wash.
No, for sure. It shouldn't be for Pete. No, but I mean, if Shohei ended up betting on baseball, did gamble, then I mean you gotta kick him out just the same way that
I
you had to do it with Pete.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think that's what would happen.
But
I don't think he did.
But
do
you think MLB would do that? That's the product. That's your star product. That's your $700 million man.
Yeah, but you really
the face of baseball right now.
You really have no choice.
They're not gonna turn a blind eye, or they're not gonna say, "Oh, we found out that he never bet on baseball." And should he be suspended right now?
No, there's nothing suspended for as of now.
But it's allegations, though, right? And there's an investigation.
There's a formal investigation on the gambling incident, right? But
should he be suspended?
Is it on Shohei or is it on?
I think it's all
Shohei's relation to what was happening.
I think it's all of it right now.
Yeah, I don't think he should be suspended then because they're not. I don't know. I don't think he should be suspended right now. I think you got to figure out if there's a reason and cause to be suspending him first.
Yeah, but I don't know. Something just doesn't sound right.
No, nothing about it sounds right.
Someone knows something.
No, yeah, I'm sure he probably did end up gambling. But I don't think it'll ever lead to anything.
So do you think the interpreter would be the fall guy?
Yeah, I think the interpreter is the fall guy, yeah.
So 100% of just, whether it come out, you think we'll ever know if he actually gambled on baseball? Or will they say the interpreter?
Yeah, I think it'll always go back to the interpreter. Because I don't think they're going to end up finding anything. Or if they do find anything, I don't think it'll end up being anything to where they can go ahead and say.
But even if they do find out that he was betting baseball, do they say the interpreter was betting on baseball and not Shohei?
Oh, yeah, that's probably what they will do.
Right,
yeah.
And that's what I think too.
Yeah, they already pretty much have.
Which I think is wrong.
Well, yeah, it's
because if Shohei was actually doing the bets,
yeah,
he should be accountable.
Yeah, no, obviously, but
so yeah, that was my big one of you got to be better. I forgot about. I mean, I knew there was one big one that I wanted to talk about, but yeah, the Shohei was, wow.
Yeah.
So
without a doubt, it's a big one.
And again, hopefully, they do a correct investigation and a thorough one, and not just kind of brush it off. But
we'll see.
Yeah,
I don't think anything will come out of it.
Christ. We'll have to see. So, so NC State just won. So they just beat Texas. Texas was number 1, so they were 1 seed. So, so they'll be in the Final Four then. So, anything you got? Anything for the segment? You got to be better.
Do I have anything? No, I don't think so. I think right now we're okay. I don't think I think we've covered everything I would say somebody needs to be better about. Yeah, I don't think I have anything that's sticking out.
I thought there was one more entertainment one that I thought that I wanted to throw in there, but for the life of me, I can't remember. I think once the P. Diddy thing came out, that was like, all right, that definitely tops the cake.
Yeah, definitely.
Being better.
There's a deal there about being horrible.
Yeah. All right. If you got any entertainment news, any
entertainment news? No. I mean, not a whole lot going on right now. No scandal. Well, there are, but no rumors or anything like that happening. No big awards, any seasons like that right now. About to creep into summer, so.
Have you seen the new Roadhouse?
I have.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun.
I've heard mixed
it's cheesy
reviews on it.
It's completely cheesy.
Really?
Yeah, but it's a good little movie. It's fun, a fun action movie. It's entertaining for sure. But it is definitely cheesy. But it was enjoyable. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've heard mixed reviews on it. People are saying that it is a little over the top.
Oh, absolutely. But, I mean, so was the original, too.
It wasn't, like, following the original script type of deal.
Well, it's a different movie, but, you know, it's not supposed to be a sequel or anything to the movie. It's a whole new perspective of it, so I don't know, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I still have to I'll check it out. So but yeah, you got anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right, guys.
That was it.
That's all I got. Hit that like and subscribe, and then we'll see you in 2 weeks. All right, peace out.